Welcome to Swordbox. Today, we're looking through a box at Swordbox. This is the verse for today. Yet in all these things, we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Romans 8:37. Glad you joined me today. The word conquer from the verse, we're talking about, yet in all these things we're more than conquerors. To conquer means to gain a decisive victory. And if you look through that whole passage in Romans, there's a lot of good verses in there. He's talking about the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the joy that we're going to have one day, or the rewards we're going to have. Hoping for what we do not see. All things working together for good. And if God is for us, who can be against us? Also, who can separate us from the love of God? But when we think about the Christian life and we think about being more than conquerors, sometimes that can puzzle us when we think about, hey, my life has got a lot of suffering in it. Well, let's look at the life of Jesus. Jesus was definitely a conqueror, and yet He suffered and died on the cross. And here's the kicker. The cross was actually the absolute biggest victory for all of mankind. Because even though humanly speaking, and I'm sure from the disciples' point of view, when Jesus went and suffered and died on the cross, it looked to them like it was over. It was finished. Their king had died. Their king had been crucified. Jesus said He came to set up His kingdom. And so, they were disillusioned and it looked like, failure. But that was the most awesome thing that could have ever happened to all humanity, because that is when Jesus paid for my sin and paid for your sin. So even though you may be going through some times that are really tough, you don't understand why you're experiencing all this pain, just remember, if you'll turn that to Jesus, if you will truly trust Him and ask Him for His strength and His guidance and His deliverance, on the other side of this, you're going to be able to look back and at least see that God changed you, and at least God grew you into the person that you are today. So just remember that sometimes in the worst seemingly defeats of life can be the greatest victory. And Jesus is our example, because He certainly, when He died on the cross, it looked like He was defeated. But you know what? He defeated death is what He did. So I hope you'll keep coming back. I hope you'll take this verse to heart. Go back and read through the whole chapter of Romans if you have a Bible. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for this ministry to be used of God. And I know that He's working through me to bless you. God bless you. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.